starting lesson 3 today. It's actually, I guess, a little bit of a review. So there's basically 4 different things I'll be covering. Asanas, the physical postures, pranayama, the breathing practices, meditation, like shavasana we did last week, and various more different practices coming up. And the water cleansing practices, like Jalneti I showed you last week. So again, each one of those has a different, has a different role to play essentially in your spiritual development. So I'll talk a little bit more about asanas. So like I said last week as well, for me it's, you can talk about the physical benefits of the asanas, right? But for me, what's more important is actually the spiritual benefits of the asanas, right? So, so from a spiritual point of view, the effect that it has on your soul, your spiritual body, right? So for the asanas, as I said last week as well, the body has many, the spirit body has energy centers and energy pathways, right? So what the asanas do is they, by going into the different postures and doing the different things that we'll continue to do more today, is they help open up the passageways. These passageways can be blocked. Again, acupuncture, there's many spiritual techniques that help you open up the passageways, right? So asanas, that's their job, is to open up the energy pathways in your body. Pranayama, it actually balances the flow of energy now in these pathways, right? So the breathing practices, so that once the flow is open, you need to make sure the flow is balanced through all the energy pathways. So that's what the breathing practices do. And then finally, the meditation practices, what they do is they energize the energy centers now. Now you focus on the energy centers, and by concentrating on them and doing the different meditation practices, you actually, they begin to, they awaken and they start to energize and send more energy throughout your energy body, throughout your spirit body, right? And basically what that does is that again, it has repercussions on the physical body. So the physical body is a pure 100% manifestation of what's in your soul or your spirit body. So if there's any kind of illness or problem in your physical body, basically the origination of that problem, the source of that problem is in your spirit body or your soul, right? So when you fix a problem, you fix these, pathway problems or energy center problems in your soul, your body just automatically heals itself, right? So it's very simple, and it's very, very effective. I mean, I used to have so many problems, before I started doing this, and I cured everything, right? So we'll start with the asanas. The first one today is called Kriya, the lion's yawn. So this one, so again, so one interesting thing about yoga, like in the Western exercises, there's basically 2 things. There's working on developing your muscles, maybe some stretching of various parts, and basically cardiovascular fitness, right? But yoga is like something completely different. So again, Kriya is a good example of that. This particular practice is for the throat area, right? So for the tonsils, the thyroid gland, all of the larynx and all of the organs and glands that you have in your throat region, right? So I'll show you first. You can give it a try. So you just you sit up on your knees, kind of. Put your hands backwards. Okay. So you start off like that, right? You curl your tongue backwards. So take the tip of your tongue up and back, like in your mouth, back, and reach it back as far as you can. Then you inhale when you do that. You close your eyes, inhale deeply as much as you can. And then when you exhale, you stick your tongue out as far as you can. You open your mouth, you open your eyes wide, you look up, and you try to actually look between your eyebrows. So you kind of look up and you cross your eyes a bit, And at the same time, you make an ah sound from your throat, right? Like ah. Okay, you try to feel a vibration in your throat region, right? I'll do the whole thing for you. You can give it a try. So again, like I said, the main benefits are in the throat region. Again, you stretch your tongue, you stretch your facial muscles, you open your mouth, you stretch your eyes. I mean, it's exactly, yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. So again, this one I don't do this one regularly, but sometimes, every once in a while, just in the bathroom in the morning, you just kind of feel like doing that, right? Sometimes I just do whenever I feel like doing it, I just do it, but I don't do it regularly. The next one's Shashankasana, pose of the moon. This is a very simple one, very relaxing one, very simple one. Again, it's mainly for the back, for the lower back, just to stretch out and relax the lower back. So again, you have some room in front because it's going to be bending forward. So again, you just sit on your feet. You relax. Okay, you lift your hands up, you stretch. Inhale, then exhale and go forward. And put your forehead on the floor. And breathe deeply. So when you breathe in deep into the lower back and expand all your spine. And then up. And then relax. So again, we'll make use of this one. What you do is that when you've done a backward bending pose, you need to kind of usually counter with a forward bending pose to make sure the back is stretched in both directions. So this is an excellent forward bending pose. Next one's Pawanmuktasana. This one's from your back. It's for the abdominals, for compressing the abdominal area. So you lie on your back, and you just bring your legs up and pull them against your chest. Right. So just lie on your back, relaxed. And then you bring up your left leg, bend your knee, put your hands around your knee, and just pull it towards your chest. And then lift your head up and try to touch your head to your knee. Either your nose to your knee, chin to your knee, your forehead to your knee, whichever is comfortable. Take a few breaths. And then relax, let that leg go. Okay. Now the right leg, same thing. Bring it up, over your knee. Hold on to your knee, and pull your head up to touch your knee. And a couple of deep breaths. And then relax. And now we do both legs together. Alright, so bring both up, hands around the knees. And then bring your head up to touch your knees. And then relax. Okay. You can sit up. And next we have a couple backward bending postures. The Bhunjasana, Adha Bhunjasana, so the half cobra. So this is when you do lie on your stomach. just put your hands next to you. The idea here is you keep your back relaxed and you use your forearms to push your upper body off the ground. So push with your forearms, keep your back relaxed, and lift yourself up onto your elbows. And then relax. So again, you should feel that in the lower back. And try one more. And up, inhale and up. And exhale and down. The final one in lesson 3 is moksha, the crocodile pose. And this one is you just rest your hands. You rest your chin in your hands like that. Again, this one is you can do this while watching television or reading a book or whatever, right? There's actually an asana for everything. Okay, so that's it there. So lesson 4, they introduce another water cleaning practice. It's called conjugated. So last week I showed you, gel neti for the nasal wash, right? So conjugated is the stomach wash. So what you do in this practice, so again, before you try this practice, you should be comfortable doing gel neti first, right? And again, the course I'm teaching is very compressed, right? What we're going to cover in 6 weeks, you could actually spend like a year to learn, right? So I'll tell you the practice now, but I don't expect you to really try it maybe like next month or the month after. You can give it a try. Right? You should spend a month doing gel neti first, and then you can give this a try. But again, it's a good practice. What you do is, again, the early morning after your evening meal is digested, you make basically like 2 liters or so of warm salty water, right? Or actually even more than that, depends how much you can drink, right? Basically the idea is I'm going to give you the exact ratio here. Yeah, you put about a teaspoon of salt per liter of water, right, to make the mixture. And it should be like lukewarm. And basically you just drink as many glasses as you can, right, in the early morning. And you just then go to the bathroom or the toilet and, finish out the throat. And you bring it back out into the toilet, right, just to whatever. So what happens is, usually in the morning, right, not necessarily everything you ate from the previous day is fully digested. And what happens is there's some, from the digestive juices, sometimes there's some, bile and whatever gets left over in your stomach. So the idea is just to clean that out in the morning before you, start taking new food in, right? Basically, again, I don't do this one regularly. Basically, if I've eaten something which I know wasn't that great, then I'll do it. Or if I feel my stomach is not feeling quite, correct, I'll do it. The thing is, though, the practice after this one, there's only one more water cleaning practice that I'll talk about, lesson 11, 12. It's Jacobsen, and that practice I think is an excellent practice, right? So that practice, you actually clean the entire digestive tract, right, from mouth to anus with the same warm salty water. You clean the entire digestive tract. Right, so that is an amazing practice, right? So the thing is that to do that practice, though, you need to be proficient in this practice. You need to be comfortable with, the drinking of the water and bringing it back out, and have like good control of that reflex, right? So once you've mastered this, and then maybe like 2 years from now, you can try Jacobsen, which again I'll talk about that in more detail when we get to lesson 11, 12. But any questions about conjugated?
So it's a liter of water? It's
Hmm?
minimum 2 liters.
Yeah,
As
well,
much as
basically,
possible. or
exactly. You drink as much as you can, right? You just drink as much as you can, fill your stomach as much as you can, and then you bring it back out.
Is there a time limit, like, because I know my mom used to do that, and I have tried this.
Mm.
It's hard, but they were told that you can do it only for 20 days or something, like if you're doing it every day. So, is that true or?
Well, it depends on the person, right? You know, like, I mean, if you feel fine, right, you have to always see, with these practices, the main thing is you have to see how you're responding to the practice, right? So if you feel the practice is kind of wearing you out, or like, you know, wearing you down, or like not feeling right, or something is wrong, then you have to stop, right, for sure. Whatever, any practice I'm teaching, just take a break. You can come back to it later, you know, let your body recover, right? You know, so that's for sure important. This book says, though, you can, if you like, you know, many people do both Jalnati and Kunjal Kriya every morning, right? So you can, if it suits you, right?
Before you eat in the morning.
That's right, before breakfast. Everything's before breakfast, right? Yeah. So, anything else? So the asana, so lesson 4, they give you the full cobra, so give that a try. So the full cobra, you basically push with your hands as much as you can, right? So the idea is keep the back muscles relaxed. Put your hands next to you, keep your elbows up, right? So back relaxed, you're just pushing with your hands. You keep your hips on the floor, hips stay on the floor, and you're just arching your back. So push with your hands, tilt your head back as far as you can, and push yourself back as far as you can. Inhale deeply. And keep your hips on the floor. And exhale and go down. All right, try it one more time. Inhale and up. And exhale and down. So now we combine the cobra I just showed you with the moon pose from lesson 3, right? So I'll just demonstrate that once. So you do cobra, right? We just did, and then from there you come down, and then you go back into this one immediately. Okay, and then you go back again, same thing. Right? You can try that a couple times. Okay, the next one is Sampasana, the snake pose. This one is the same, except this time we're going to use our lower back muscles, right? Instead of using our arms. So the arms go behind you, you interlock your hands, right? Okay. Now you pull with your hands and lift yourself up as high as you can. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. The final asana is the spinal twist. So this is the simple spinal twist. So you sit up, feet in front. So left foot straight, right foot bent. So you cross it over here, cross your foot over here, let it put it by your knee. And then put the other hand in front, right? Like on the same side as your foot, actually. Right? And then the other hand goes back as far as you can, right? So twist. And then take this hand back as far as you can as well, and twist. And plant your hands and then pull with your hands and try to twist your spine as much as you can. And breathe deeply. And you kind of like, leverage with your foot as well. Okay, other side. Alright, so same thing. So one right hand back as far as you can, other hand back, and then pull and twist. And relax.
For this one, does the back go like this or stay straight?
Yes, try to keep the back straight.
Straight.
Yeah. Just like that. Okay. So the next thing is pranayama. Okay. So the pranayama technique we're going to be learning is called nadi shodhana. It's alternate nostril breathing, and basically the role it plays is, again, like I was saying before, it balances the flow in the nadis and the spiritual pathways in your body, right? So again, the goal of all of this, like the whole book here, and all of the practices and the Kriya Yoga and everything is, I think I mentioned last week, is to awaken the Kundalini energy, right? So in order to have that happen in a safe manner, you kind of need to make sure that you've unblocked the pathways with asanas, you've balanced the energy flow with the pranayama, and you've awakened all the energy centers with the meditation, right? And as I said before, the Kundalini energy is, in men it's at the perineum, just at the base of your body, and women I think it's the cervix. Anyways, we'll talk about that in more detail later. But basically, from where the Kundalini energy is at the base of your body, it then goes to there's a spiritual pathway called Sushumna, right, which is connected to that energy center, Muladhara chakra. And then it passes up, goes from there to your tailbone, and then up your spine, inside your spine actually, right? Passing all of the energy centers up your spine, all the way into your head. Your spine ends in your head, in the center of your brain. And there's an energy center right there as well, the Ajna chakra. And that's where the Sushumna Nadi ends. And that's where the Kundalini energy has to flow through, right? So the thing is, in most people though, that pathway is actually closed, right? We need to, before we want to awaken Kundalini energy, we need to open up that pathway. And the method to open up that pathway, so there's two other pathways that are connected to the Muladhara chakra as well, in addition to Sushumna. They're called Ida and Pingala, right? And those ones, they also start Muladhara, and they kind of like crisscross at each of the energy centers next to each other. And they also end at Ajna chakra in the brain, right? And those two energy centers, they, you've probably heard of yin and yang, right? Yin yang in the Chinese approach. So again, Ida and Pingala is the same as yin and yang, right? They're the two kind of opposites, the male, female, the moon, the sun, I think I discussed that somewhere.
In chapter 13 or 14, it shows with the photo.
Yeah?
Somewhere I was
Oh, I know where it
It's
was.
chapter 22, topic 1.
Yeah? What's the picture? You have it there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, of the knives.
Same. Different editions, yes.
That's right. This is the old one. You can't get this one anymore. Which chapter? 22?
22.
Oh, yeah,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Lesson 22.
Yeah. Right. So they have a decent picture of what it looks like, right? So the Sushumna Nadi goes right, goes straight up the center, right, and the Ida and Pingala alternate between them, right? And what Nadi Shodhana does. So the thing is, like I said before, Sushumna is usually closed, and again, Ida and Pingala are connected to the left nostril and the right nostril, right? So if you test it, you can see the how the airflow kind of varies. It's not equal usually between both nostrils for many people, right? So the idea is for Sushumna to open up, you have to make the airflow in both nostrils equal. So when you inhale, the flow is equal on both sides. When you exhale, it's equal on both sides. And when the flow is equal on both between Ida and Pingala, and the energy is balanced in both of those pathways, then Sushumna opens up, and it's ready basically for the Kundalini to awaken at that point. So Nadi Shodhana is basically the only pranayama technique that I'll be teaching actually for the entire course. That's the only one I do. There are many other pranayama techniques, but and they have like their own benefits, auxiliary benefits. But again, just like asanas, there's like thousands of asanas. You could spend all your time doing just asanas, or you could spend all your time doing pranayama techniques. But if the goal is really the Kundalini awakening, Nadi Shodhana is the main practice for balancing these energies and allowing you to awaken Kundalini. So now, the actual practice itself. Okay. So the first thing you do is you have to position your hands, right? So you use your thumb to close off the right nostril, and use your ring finger to close off the left nostril, right? And what you do is you put these other two fingers between your eyebrows, right? So usually I just put the index finger in front of the middle finger, and then I just put them between my eyebrows, right? Okay, again, you sit in cross-legged, whatever. And try to keep the back straight, right? And then your thumb on the here, and then you can breathe with your left nostril, right? And then you can use your ring finger here and breathe from your right nostril only. Okay? So the first practice is just to, do like 3 or 4 breaths just from one nostril. So, and again, the idea too is always to do the yogic breathing. So you inhale as much as you can, and you exhale as much as you can. So kind of like a little bit forceful breathing, right? So let's try left nostril breathing. So inhale as much as you can, left nostril only. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now switch sides. Close off your left nostril, open up your right, and we'll do a few breaths on the right nostril. Okay? So now, again, I don't know if anyone noticed if there was any kind of difference in airflow between either side. One side was more open than the other side. So again, if you keep practicing though, you'll discover, right, that more and more often that the flow is actually balanced as you keep practicing it day by day. So again, Nadi Shodhana I do every day. I've been doing it every single day since 2001. It's like it's a critical practice. I mean, it's the one practice I don't miss, right? Sometimes I leave off the meditation, but I always do. I do a few asanas, and I always do Nadi Shodhana every day, right?
How much time do you spend?
Again, it depends how much time you have. Usually I spend about 10 minutes. You know, if I'm in a hurry, maybe 3-4 minutes.
Only on this one or?
Yes.
Or the entire?
Well, so I'll give you the part 2, right? So you do this to start with. You do a few breaths on one side, do a few breaths on the other side. And then you actually start the going back and forth, right? So I'll just, where's that? Yeah. Okay. So again, usually you start with your left nostril. So the way this works, same thing. Hand position is the same, right? That doesn't change. Except now you inhale from the left. Then you switch right away. You close the left, open the right. Exhale from the right. Right? Keep it the same. Inhale from the right. Then switch again. And exhale from the left. Right? So that's one round. So again, you can do about 10 rounds or so. And again, it's deep breathing again. All the time, it's always inhale as much as you can, exhale as much as you can. Right? So let's do a few rounds of those. So we'll keep going for about 3 minutes or so. Okay, get really familiar and comfortable with this practice. Get really into it. Okay, 3 minutes. your last round. So you can see, as you do the practice, you're able to inhale and exhale longer, like more deeply each time. And you might have also noticed that the airflow started to balance out a little bit compared to what it was when you started. That you had a more free airflow in both nostrils. And again, as you go to the more advanced practices, that effect becomes more and more profound. And you become more aware of the, basically just the increased, energy you feel in your body. Because like I said, once the energy balances, once the airflow is balanced, then what happens is, the spiritual energy begins to travel in Sushumna. It begins to go up your spine and start to energize all of the energy centers along your spine. Right? So this prepares you then for meditation, which comes next. Right? So this week's meditation practice, we'll do from a sitting posture. Like from now on, we'll be using the sitting posture for meditation, right? So again, so far we've just learned the easy posture, so we'll just continue with that for today. You just, cross your legs any way that's comfortable, right? Again, try to keep your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, right? Yeah. Your neck and your head straight as well. When your spine is straight, there should be actually very little muscle requirement to keep your back straight, right? And again, a good test to know that your back is straight is like I said last week. If you sit in this posture, right, your back is straight automatically, no matter what level of fitness you're in, right? Your back will be straight, and you'll see it's very easy to sit like this for a long time. With your back straight. Like there's no muscle requirement to keep your back straight like this. However, the negative of this posture though is that your legs are compressed, so the circulation stops down here and they can start to hurt, right? So this one's a little bit better because at least there's no pressure on your legs. But again, this one is more difficult to keep your back straight. You need to kind of tilt your hips forward a bit. It's a little bit difficult to get your back in the same kind of straightness that you had in the other posture, right? Anyways, try the best you can. So basically I'll guide you through this practice, right? Very simple practice. Again, this time we'll think about our heartbeat. So let's first, I don't know if you can put your hand on your chest and feel your heartbeat. You can also try, feeling your pulse at your neck. See if you can find your pulse at your neck. Okay, so we'll spend a few minutes, trying to find that just without using your hands. Just try to feel it with your mind. Feel your heartbeat, and feel your pulse at your neck, right? After that, we'll do that for a few minutes, and then after that, we focus on breathing. So basically, so when you practice at home on your own, you'll have to do counting, but what I'll do is I'll prompt you for changing right now, so you won't have to count. So again, the other key thing here, so the pranayama practice we do with the full yogic breathing, but with meditation you just do normal breathing, right? So just perfectly normal breathing, right? But just you pay attention to it, you follow it, you follow the breath, right? So the first part, so this one's in several parts. Basically, you feel the breath at different parts of your body. So initially, for a couple minutes, you'll just feel the breath passing through your nasal passages. So when you inhale, you feel the breath here. When you exhale, feel it there, right? And then move to feeling the breath in your throat. So you know, as you inhale, you feel it pass your throat, right? And then afterwards, you feel it entering your chest when you inhale. So keep your concentration on your chest. And then feel it leaving when you leave your chest and enter your chest. And then finally, it's the abdomen, right? So the diaphragm. So then feel the air coming down, pushing your diaphragm down, and then back up, down and back up. Right? Okay. So get comfortable. Okay. Back straight, hands on your knees, eyes closed. Okay, I'll guide you through it. All right, relax your whole body. All right, adjust yourself if you feel any discomfort. Close your eyes. Okay. Be aware of your whole body. Try to relax your whole body. Now try to find your heartbeat in your chest with your mind. See if you can feel your heartbeat. Try to feel the pumping of the blood coming from the heart. Move your mind now to your neck, the pulse in your neck, and see if you can feel your heartbeat at your neck. Now feel them both together. Feel the beating in your heart and the beating at your neck. From there, try to feel your entire body pulsating with the heartbeat. Again, don't worry if you haven't been able to find your heartbeat. but with practice you'll be able to find it very easily. So now move your awareness to your breath. Feel the air flowing in your nostrils. Now move your awareness to your throat. Feel the air passing in your throat. Now move your awareness to your chest. Feel the air coming into your chest and leaving your chest, and the expansion of the rib cage. Now feel the air coming low into your abdomen, pushing your diaphragm down and back up. Now feel the whole breath as it passes from your nostrils, down your throat, into your chest, and pushing the diaphragm, and then all the way back out again. can open your eyes and we're all done. So that concludes this week's lesson. Any questions or anything? Okay, so I'll see you then all next week.